to say, so much to say, so much to say. So much to say, so much to say, so much to say, so much to say.
Call is now being recorded.
Unfinished business.
I got some unfinished business, Brian. While I was on vacation, you guys were all like, Michael Thomas pulled a Joe Horn. And I said, and I didn't know. And I said, what? He scored 4 touchdowns in one game? And they're like, and then I looked up and they said, no. All he did was pull a phone out when he scored 1 touchdown. And I know that's what Joe Horn did, but that's not a Joe Horn. Michael Thomas, if you want to consider yourself a Joe Horn, you scored 4 touchdowns in one game to beat the other team with the likes of a shitty quarterback like Aaron Brooks throwing the ball to you, not Drew Brees. And you sit there, you pull your phone out like you're the man. That's disrespectful to Joe Horn. And when you pull a Joe Horn, you have him on a team like Detling's team where it crushes the dreams of a kid named Brandon Bigler. Disco, I don't know what the name was back in the day, but I think that might have been playoffs too. Either was, I destroyed him. He was so mad he wouldn't answer the phone. He wouldn't answer the phone machine. I called 3 times because he called me. He found me at your house, Brian, because my mom gave him the address because I didn't want, or gave him the phone number because I didn't want to talk to him because he was up by so much and he had Deuce McAllister and Boo Williams to play against me, and all I had was Joe Horn. But guess what? Joe Horn scored 4 touchdowns. He pulled that phone out underneath the pylon or whatever it is. He called me. He said, Jeffrey, I got you. You're my boy. You have faith in me. You trust me. And I rewarded you. Joe Horn's the man. Detling is the man. And Joe Horn got your back. Bigler, you suck. You always know that's the ultimate and that we always be the worst memory in your fantasy football life, especially when I'm calling you on the answering machine going, hey, Bigler, I don't know if you saw I think it was Sunday night or Monday night. I guess it would be Monday night. I don't know if you saw the Monday Night Football game, but Joe Horn scored so many touchdowns, and he called me. He called me to say, hey, make sure you call Bigler. Make sure you tell him that he sucks little donkey dicks and that you're the man. He's not. Joe Horn's the best receiver in the world, and he can always have Deuce McAllister because he sucks. That's a Joe Horn, Brian.
That was a wonderful explanation, and I'm sure that Bigler will love and hate, replaying that awful event in his history of fantasy football. But well said. And I also agree. Whenever I saw the Joe Horn thing, I thought it meant 4 touchdowns, and so I think it was definitely misused. Who said it anyway?
I don't know. It might have been Bean or somebody. It was on the lineup, but I'm sure they put it like on ESPN too, just because he flipped over a phone. Right.
But completely misused. The real Joe Horn is 4 touchdowns. So, completely agree with you on that one. So that's some legitimate unfinished business right there.
That's right. And if Joe Horn had a quarterback like Drew Brees thrown to him his whole career, he would have been the second best receiver in the world next to Larry Fitzgerald.
All right, you got anything else for unfinished business?
I don't know. I think that's it. What about you?
You know what? I actually don't have any unfinished business this week. Other than, this is kind of small, but, I have to kind of get a little bit angry with Kevin Bean. Just that, Bean is talking kind of fell off the face of the earth. I know we kind of screwed him over a little bit there a couple of weeks where we were playing him a little bit later than he was sending them in, but, you don't need to give us the cold shoulder. We keep looking at that answer machine, never blinking. Figured Josh would call one, maybe the commissioner, always count on Bean, but, man, we've had a really dusty, cold, ice cold recording, machine this year, so, kind of disappointed in the league, not gonna lie.
Me too. Do you think it's because teams like Bean, Josh, and the commissioner they're not really in the playoff hunt at the moment? That they're not too excited?
I don't know. I would hope not, because if that's why they're not calling in, that's lame.
That is lame. That's lame-o.
Yeah, lame-o. I mean, and Bean is definitely in the hunt.
He is. He should. You know, he did send me a thing on Line Up or whatever, or on Facebook, or maybe it was Line Up. He was at a bar watching a band, and it was actually it was Dan Oatman and
Oh,
John
nice.
Beard.
Yeah,
And so
that's cool.
so maybe he's just getting out more and trying to experience life and not being such a shut-in with his 2 corgis and his wife. Maybe it's like, I'm out living. I don't need your league right now.
All right, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But hey, Kevin, get back on that phone. Give us some Venus talking.
Yeah.
Like it. It makes it more fun for us. It makes us feel that people are actually listening to us on the podcast. Instead of us, Brian and I, just sitting there side by side talking, staring at a wall talking.
Hey, it beats sitting in a room by yourself talking into a computer.
It sure does. I'm just talking into a phone and thinking what's it like out there, because I keep hearing the snowplow driver driving by in the parking lot.
Yeah, I heard it's going to be pretty nasty.
Yeah, I might not. My car's probably not leaving the compound for 2 days.
Hey, go ahead.
Oh, go on. Sorry.
I was going to say, I hope that this is completely over by Thanksgiving when people are actually going to travel.
No, me too. Me too. I do not want to travel in this stuff at all. Like it's not fun.
All right.
Call is now being recorded.
1, 2, 3. Trade time.
Trade time.
Excellent. Trading guys. Are we drunk?
That's so bad.
Oh man, I don't even want to. We should re-record that.
No, just let them know, Brian. I gave you one of those candies I brought back from Seattle.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
The chocolates that Craig recommended.
Nice.
We're just real
Space
slow
Needle
here.
candy.
Yeah, Space Needle candy. That's what we'll call it. It'll get you really high up there.
Nice. You get a nice view.
That's right. We got a nice view of the league. It's our version of the league, or what do you call it, Fantasy Nirvana.
Yes. All right, let's get into this trade. We
let's do
had T.J. Yeldon. Well, let's see here. Who got who here? All right. Josh picked up T.J. Yeldon, and then Craig picked up Derrick Henry. Was it 1-for-1?
Yes, it was a 1-for-1.
Okay. Yeah, so Craig picked up Derrick Henry. Josh picked up the little handcuff there.
Right.
Wait, does he own Fournette? Yeah, he owns Fournette.
Yeah, he's got him. But I don't know what I don't know. Well, you tell me your opinion of the trade.
I mean, I personally think it's like a yawn, kind of like, I don't really care about this trade too much. I actually think Josh might get a little bit more value out of T.J. Yeldon than Craig will for Derrick Henry.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think Derrick Henry, like, he's a bulldozer. Like, he's not going to get a lot of points unless he's picking up some touchdowns. Whereas I think Yeldon, if he gets the job back at some point, he can outperform Derrick Henry.
That's a fair point. Yeah, I think it's a yawner as well. It's not like it's not a blockbuster trade by any means. I forgot about Fournette. So he's drafting the handcuff because Fournette basically has sucked all year as far as injuries go, and Derrick Henry has had a couple good games here lately. That I don't know if Craig's thinking about that. He has Dion Lewis as well, so they kind of handcuff each other, helping each other out. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Giving each other a hand job? I don't know.
Well, if there's two people who are going to give each other hand jobs, they would definitely be in my mind. They would definitely be the categories.
Twerk and bowl cut.
Twerk and bowl cut, and also the Kabisic killer, as far as he says. Or the Kabisic jerker.
It's just a horrible, horrible image.
It's a terrible image, especially with like the blank stare of Josh, and then also the doubly the blank stare of Craig staring back at
And Craig,
each other.
yep. And you know Craig's probably wearing the sunglasses.
and the hoodie, and Josh has got the Pirates hat on. So Craig's probably trying to make him out to be some little kid or something weird, real weird in his mind. I don't know. Who knows what goes on in both of those guys' minds?
Yeah,
these candies are wonderful.
They are. This brief conversation is much more interesting than the trade.
It is. I mean, I'm tripping bellies, man.
Crash into me. All right. Sorry, you started it.
I'm sorry, I did. I regret nothing.
But yeah, this trade is so boring. We actually forgot. We didn't realize there was a trade.
That's true. Right till the end, we were like, "Oh my, wait, there was a trade time."
All right, let's move on.
All right,
Bitch, better have my money.
Bitch.
All right,
All
we
right.
had quite a few bids this week. Do you want to tell us about them?
Yeah, we got let's see here. We'll just read up from the thing here. We had the Arizona defense got the $43 bid. The Rashard Penny with a $34 bid, and Jalen Samuels, $29. Yep. Jack Reynolds, $25. Kayami Fairbarn, $5. And then that was it as far as the bidding. And then there's a lot of action as far as like dropping people and picking people up.
All right, so the most action was with Rashad Penny. We had 5 bids, technically 3, because we had Jimmy Crick winning it with 34. I tried to get him with 30. You tried with 5, and then Jay and Shree both bid a whopping 0, and that's all they have. So they gave it a shot.
Yeah, at least they bid, right? So they would win it.
Yeah,
if nobody else
they are. Yeah, they're shooting blanks.
I don't know if you know their medical history, but maybe they are shooting blanks.
And then we had Arizona D for $43. I'll bid you and Disco. I think Craig overpaid for Arizona personally.
So do I, but it might just be like a 1 week thing. So
yeah.
I mean, he's playing against Oakland, and maybe Craig is after his 2 losses. He just wants to help guarantee a win.
Yep, I think you're right about that. And then Josh Reynolds going to Gags. He outbid Craig, 25-8. Seems okay.
Yeah, they both need receiver help.
Yeah. So if I had to say who won this week, I'm going to give it to Crick. I mean, $34 per penny is a really nice amount for a solid backup. He's got Chris Carson on his team already, so really nice bid.
Yeah, it is a really nice bid. I mean, he might want to keep him in the draft too. I think he was drafted in the 5th round. I mean, I wanted him, but I thought personally that it's going to be it could be like a 3-headed monster running attack. So I wasn't really sure if I wanted to. I don't know if I could feel comfortable putting him in my lineup. But he, like you said, he has Chris Carson. So if he goes down, you saw what Rashard Penny did last week. So maybe that's how he's thinking. I actually have the rare problem of I've got too many decent to good running backs on my roster that I just was able to say I'll throw $5 out there, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, and it's a good point. Like, if anybody was really, really kind of makes sense to pick him up, it would be Crick. I didn't really want him, even though I put $30 out there, because the only way he'd see my team is if, like, I guess he would become the starter, or at least like a 60-40, split. So,
right.
Yeah, so I kind of am not too disappointed that I lost out on this one. So
Me either.
Carson would have to go down for it to make sense.
That's right. That's right. I agree.
All right, so Crick, you are the bitch of the week.
Ooh, you are the bitch of the week. Crick, way to go. you get the. I'm not quite sure what we get. You get a little puppy, female puppy to your door, so that your
There
kids
you
can
go.
have them. And yeah,
There you
you can't say no.
go. And you get a virtual bitch slap.
I like it. Too bad it's going to be a real one.
This call is now being recorded.
1, 2, 3. This week matchup. It definitely sounded like there was probably an echo.
Probably 2 different rooms, 2 different worlds.
That's right. I'm in the attic. What room are you in?
I'm in the bedroom where all the magic happens, Brian.
The fantasy football magic.
The fantasy football, and other fantasies.
Alrighty. You just save that for yourself. Alright, the first matchup of the week, we have the Springfield Isotopes on a 2-game losing streak going up against Possum Magic. Let's just go right down through these lineups. Quarterback, we got Mahomes versus Watson. Who do you like there?
You gotta take Mahomes. The guy's a beast. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's not human, Brian.
No, he's not. And he's going up against the Rams. I saw his earlier projection this week was 75 points.
Really? I did not
Yeah.
see that. That's messed up.
It was. But now it's back to normal, like 55.
The normal 55.
I know. All right. In receivers, we've got Tyreek Hill. What a joke. Doug Baldwin. And I don't even know how to say that Green Bay receiver's name.
I think it's Marquez, isn't it?
Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That's a
Distant
crazy
cousin
name.
of Detling.
And they're going up against Tyler Boyd, DJ Moore, and Emmanuel Sanders. Who do you like there?
Well, I don't think it's DJ Moore. I think that's a Carolina fan. I think it's
you're
DJ
right.
Deron
Oh,
Moore.
yeah, you're right. You are correct, sir.
Who do I like?
It's actually David Moore.
Is it David Moore? Okay, well.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Oh, good. Gosh. I think I got to take Tree Size's receivers as a whole. I think they have a better chance of scoring compared to what Craig's receivers have been doing lately. His receivers besides Tyreek Hill have not been doing him any favors lately.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with you on that one because Baldwin's been banged up and doing nothing, and this Green Bay receiver, I haven't seen him do anything yet, so I think Sanders and Boyd can take this down.
I think so too. I mean, let's see what happens here. I'm excited.
All right, let's get on to the running backs we got.
Call is now being recorded.
All right, as I was saying, we've got Aaron Jones and Deion Lewis going up against Jalen Richard and Mike Davis. Who do you like there?
Yeah, nothing really jumps out at me, but you got to go with Aaron Jones and Deion Lewis there.
Yeah, I mean, Treesize has 2 running backs who are projected to total 12 points, so that's going to be rough. He's going to need a lot of lucky touchdowns or something.
It's possible. Right. Go on.
It is. All right, and now we've got Greg Olson in the tight end slot going up against my boy, Tim Burton. What do you think?
Trey Boo Boo. I go with Greg Olson. He-Man. He's going against Detroit.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go Olsen as well. Burton's going up against Minnesota. That's going to be a tough matchup. All right, I'm not even going to look at this next matchup because we've got Gurley versus Tate. It's Gurley by a mile. He's tripling Tate's projections.
That is true. Unfortunately, they still love Gurley a lot in the flex, anywhere basically. But when you got him versus Tate, there's just no hope. So it's got to be Gurley.
Yeah, do you see Gurley's projection is 32, which is probably more than some quarterbacks. Like, that's insane.
That is insane. But he's just been doing so well off and on. I mean, not that he has a 30-point week every week, but their offense is just that dynamite.
They are. That's going to be a really fun game to watch.
Yeah, I'll be trying to get right as soon as I got to work, I'll be driving home as soon as possible. See it.
Nice. All right. What do you like for kicker? You like Crosby or Gano?
Gano.
I'll take Crosby. And then we got Arizona or Carolina. I think, yeah, didn't Craig just pick up Arizona?
He did, and I wanted him, but I didn't pay. I didn't even put in that much money. I put in like $4 or $5. I didn't
Yeah.
think Craig would swoop in and get him just because it was like for a 1 week wonder. I figured Craig's sitting there at 8-2. What's he need to spend money on him for?
I'm gonna take Arizona.
All right, I'm going to go Arizona as well.
Yeah. All right. It's gonna take a miracle for Tree Slice to pull this win out. Really, it's gonna take the Isotopes to just shit the bed for him to have a chance. So I'm going Isotopes.
I'm going Isotopes as well. Unfortunately, Tree Size's season has not gone the way that he had hoped so far as like injuries and stuff and other things draft.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for him. So he's out of the picture for this year, but there's always next year if he's still in the league.
There is, and he's made moves to plan. He's for the planning for the next year too. As you saw, I don't know if you saw, he picked up Jarek McKinnon and Chris Warren.
I actually didn't see that.
Yep, both on the IR.
Yeah, good move.
McKinnon. Yeah, it is. I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, in years past, he wouldn't have had a move to even use.
That's right. That's exactly right.
All right. You want to take the next matchup?
Sure. Let's do Juju and the Losers versus Shawshank Athletics.
All right, sounds good.
All right, and we currently know that Jimmy is watching a movie in the theater. He's sitting in middle with his lovely wife, and has told Brian not to bother him. So let's go into the matchup. He's clearly not too concerned. We got Matt Stafford versus Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna go with Matt Stafford. I'm gonna pull a crazy one.
Wow, you got Matt Stafford. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers. I think he's gonna put up some numbers tonight.
Okay, well, that sounds good. All right, next for the receivers, Brian, we got Michael Thomas, Juju Smith-Schuster, Amari Cooper versus Devin Funchess, Deshaun Jackson, and T.Y. Hilton. I'm taking Jimmy's team with Michael Thomas and Juju Smith-Schuster and Cooper.
Yeah, that's a really strong three receivers. Got to go with them for sure. I'd really love to see Jimmy pull this upset off, so I'm going Jimmy.
Me too. All right. Okay, the running backs, we got Devontae Booker and Royce Freeman, a pair of Denver running backs. Unfortunately, Jimmy doesn't have the one that counts the most. Versus Leonard Fournette and Carry On My Wayward Son Johnson. I got to go with Fournette and Johnson. Looks like Fournette wants to he'll probably run over the Pittsburgh Steelers again.
I hope not. They were just talking about that on the radio. He scored 5 touchdowns against us in 2 games. I'm going Fournette as well.
Oh, 5 touchdowns in 2 games. Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, currently, Jimmy has David Njoku as a tight end in there versus Zach Ertz. And Njoku's not playing, but let's see here.
I don't think he has another tight end.
No, he doesn't.
So he'll be picking one up.
Yeah, maybe we could drop Cooper Kupp, he might keep him. But obviously, Zach Ertz at the moment. Well, probably no
Zach Ertz. Yeah, Zach Ertz no matter what.
Yeah. All right, and then the flex position, drawing way off from the 32-point projection that Gurley has this week is Allen Robinson II versus Cortland Sutton. And I believe I'm going to go with, maybe I'll go with Cortland Sutton.
All right. I'm going to go Robinson. He had a pretty big week last week. Man, Jimmy's got a lot of stock in that Denver offense.
He sure does. Can't blame him. Cortland Sutton is, he's supposed to be getting more touches with Demise Thomas out, but I haven't seen it yet. Let's
All
see
right.
here. Kickers, we got Boswell versus Fairbairn. I'm going to go with Boswell, and Bos we trust.
All right. I'm going to go Boswell for the first time this year.
Wow. You actually keep track of those things?
In my mind.
Oh, okay. All right, next up here we got the Washington defense versus Houston, or the Jacksonville defense versus Pittsburgh. Very interesting. I'm going to go with the Jacksonville defense. I know that they've been really crapping the bed this year, but I really think they get fired up to play against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they need to turn something around if they're going to even have a chance of doing anything this year. So I'm still going to go Washington. I can't believe Jacksonville's projected for less than Washington and only 10 points. Last year, they were like a juggernaut. So, yep, I'm going Washington.
There you are. And who are you taking, Brian?
Man, if it's very possible Jimmy could pull this off, but it's going to take a lot of effort from his receivers. I picked a lot of. Josh always points this out. I always pick most of his team, which I did pick a lot of his team, including Aaron Rodgers. So my heart's going with Jimmy, but I think my brain is going with Josh.
All right. Well, I'm going to go for Jimmy. I'm going to pick Jimmy for the upset. His first win of the year.
Man, that would be awesome. I would hate to see him go defeated the entire season. So. And if he does win this week, it'll completely eliminate Josh from this year's playoff hopes.
What you want, actually.
Yeah,
you're
absolutely. We both want that.
Yes, we do. I'm sitting at 6-4, and he's 4-6, so he's got to win 3, and I got to lose 2.
Right. Yeah. One loss and he's out for sure.
Yeah. All right, you want to go to the next matchup?
Yeah, I'll take the next one. How about let's do my matchup. We'll do FC Bahork versus the Hillbillies on PCP. And let's start right off the quarterbacks. I got Cam Newton going up against Marcus Mariota. I think I'm going to take Cam Newton because they got embarrassed last week against Pittsburgh, so they're going to want some kind of retaliation.
That's true. I'm going to go with Marcus Mariota. He seems to be like he's on fire. I know Cam Newton's good, but I think Detroit, I think McCaffrey might have a good game, surprisingly, as far as running the ball.
Yeah, and Mariota, he has been looking pretty good, and Andrew Luck's come back to form, so that who knows, that could be I don't want to say a shootout, but they could both have some high quarterback totals.
Definitely could.
All right. Now, there we go. There's DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Keelan Cole going up against Galladay, Brown, and Crabtree. I'm going to take my guys, not by a lot, because Crabtree is pretty much fallen off the face of the earth. But I think Brown and Galladay can overtake Keenan Allen.
I'd have to agree with you there. I do like the DJ Moore play by Justin, hoping that Cam Newton throws to him all day long.
That is a good play.
Yeah, but I gotta go with your receivers mainly because you got AB, and you got Galladay's supposed to be getting more touches, but mainly because you got AB.
All right. Running backs, we've got David Johnson this time, and your boy Christian McCaffrey going up against Kareem Hunt and AP. That's actually a decent matchup, but I think I'm still gonna overtake this one. I mean, Kareem Hunt could have a huge game, but I'm gonna still say I get the edge here.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too about Kareem Hunt. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the edge as well, mainly because I think Adrian Peterson's offensive line, he has like 2 or 3 of them got hurt, so it's been really tough for him.
Okay.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt should have a huge game because the Rams defense sucks at rushing, which also doesn't bode well for Justin since he has the Rams defense. And you've got David Johnson and McCaffrey, so that's all I need to say.
Yep. How many people do you think have tried to trade for Kareem Hunt?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'd say half the league.
Oh, really? I was going to go with about 3 or 4. So almost a third of the league. I know I haven't tried myself, I'm honest, but mainly because I think that Justin won't let him go because you can keep him for next year as well.
Yeah, I haven't tried either, so maybe, well, there's 2 people out of 12, so maybe it's more like, yeah, a third or a quarter of the league, but man,
Yeah.
he would make anyone's roster who's in the playoffs a whole lot better.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, he would. And then can you blame Justin? All of us would keep Hunt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on to tight ends. We got my boy Ebron coming off a 3-touchdown game, which is ridiculous, going up against Uzama. I don't really know about. Honestly, I might give this to Uzama. I think Tennessee's defense been looking pretty good, and I don't think Ebron repeats that performance. So I'm gonna give a dark shot for Uzama.
Somehow I feel like you're throwing Justin a bone here because I think you're crazy.
Oh.
Ebron will not match the 3-touchdown week, of course, but I still think he'll have enough yardage and a possible 1 touchdown to beat Uzama. I think that's like a home run pick. That's one of the easiest things I could ever do.
Yeah. Well, I have to say this though. Tennessee's defense, they've been looking really good the last 2 weeks. They shut down Dallas. They shut down Patriots. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of bottle up the Colts.
Or put up a stinker.
Yeah, that's possible. That's also very possible. All right, moving on to the flex. This is a really interesting matchup. Ty Montgomery, it is. Ty Montgomery somehow is only projected for 2. And then I got the tight end from Denver. I don't even know how to say his name. Hurman? I have no idea.
Hurman? I don't know.
Hurman?
Hurman?
I'm still going to take Hurman.
Hurman. I got to go with Hurman as well. I don't know what Justin's going to throw in, I don't know, Ronald Jones or Taylor from Tennessee. The 2.08 projection points for Ty Montgomery. I just don't get why you even put him in there. Maybe he's just joking around with those two.
It might be more that he just hasn't even really looked at his lineup very much. I don't know. Maybe he's just like he's on autopilot. It's hard to tell.
He might be on
I might be in his situation. I might just be like, oh, I'll check in Sunday morning or whatever and just make sure I have a full, decent lineup in there.
Right.
All right, kickers. What do you like, Butker or Roses? Rose ass?
Rose ass. That's something you got when you were a kid. You drank so much. You gotta go with Butker.
Gotta go Butker versus the Rams. It's gonna be a high scoring affair. All right, and then we got the Pittsburgh D going against Jacksonville or the Rams against KC. Yeah, I gotta go with Pittsburgh because I'm not gonna take any defense that's playing KC.
Yeah, me either. I'm going with Pittsburgh as well. It's Fournette or bust. If they stop Fournette, I think they rack up some points.
Yep, that's very, very possible. All right, I'm going to take my team, and no surprise there. I mean, Uzama might come out and surprise me and pull off the upset.
I don't think that's any hope of pulling the upset off. I'm picking you to stay in the playoff hunt.
Yep, and I'm hoping that you lose. We'll get to that later.
I know you are.
All right, you want to take the next matchup?
Sure. Let me look here. Why don't we just go and move on ahead there and let's do my matchup.
All righty, sounds good.
We just did yours. All righty. And this matchup is the Space Antelopes versus the Mighty Midgets. Let's see. Beginning with the quarterbacks, we've got none other than Phillip Rivers versus Carson Wentz. I'm taking Phillip Rivers.
Let's see here. Who's Carson Wentz playing?
The New Orleans Saints.
I'm going to go Wentz.
I knew you would say that. All right, let's go here. Wide receivers. We've got Julio Jones, Larry Fitzgerald, and Dustin Hopkins Or
Did you
DeAndre
say
Hopkins.
Dustin?
I said Dustin. I think that's the kicker for the Redskins. Dustin Hopkins, the distant cousin of Dustin Hoffman.
That's funny.
The D-list actor.
Nice.
So, DeAndre Hopkins versus Adam Thielen, Sammy Watkins, and Kiki Kuti, as that's his name, I think. I don't know. I'm going to go with my set of receivers. It is, I guess. That's a weird name. Rolls off the tongue. It really does. Rolls off Jimmy's tongue. That's a whistle that's sticking out there in his avatar tongue with the spit hanging off it. But no, go with my wide receivers.
Yeah, I have to completely agree with you. This is one of your strong points by far, but it could be close. I still think that you'll get the edge. It's got to be hard to play Fitzgerald, but at least they have a new coordinator over there. What's his name?
You know
Byron
his
Leftwich.
name. It's Byron Leftwich.
Right.
The long arm of the law.
But yeah, I'm going to give it to your receivers.
All right. And then next we have the running backs. We got Mark Ingram, Lamar Miller versus Alvin Kamara and Ezekiel Elliott. Clearly you can see that my strength is in the wide receivers and his strength is in the running backs. I'm going to give it to Jimmy. Hate to do it, but
Yep.
I can't even fault myself.
I was waiting to see if you're going to take your running backs, and I would have called you crazy.
All day. No.
That's funny, living in an alternate reality. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Jimmy by a mile.
By a mile. Oh, man. All right.
A country
let's
mile,
move on.
which is even longer.
You say a country mile?
A country mile.
Oh, man. I can't even argue with you for a New York minute. Oh.
That's good.
So let's move on to tight ends before I make another bad joke. We've got Jack Doyle versus Jared Cook. I'm going to go with Jack Doyle.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel bad that Ebron's taken all the glory, but I'm going to go with Jared Cook.
Oh, why you like Ebron that much? You would like him, you son of a gun. All right, moving on. Let's go to the flex for the flex appeal. We got none other than Philip Lindsay versus Chris Carson. I'm going with Philip Lindsay, mainly because I like the guy and I think he's pretty cool.
All right, you guys get along pretty well.
Oh yeah, we both played running back for the Broncos. You know, we lived in Colorado. We both pitching froze.
Nice. I'm gonna also go Philip Lindsay just because Chris Carson currently has negative -0.1 points and they are almost into the second quarter. So good news for you. You have 0 points total, but Jim Crick has a negative -0.1, so you are winning by playing no one.
I like it. I hope that just stays that way. I win by negative -0.1. Negative 0.1. All right, let's go move on to the kickers. I've got Will Lutz versus Matt Prater. Got to go with Lutz because I get myself a piece of that New Orleans offenses with him. I like when they have shootouts.
Oh yeah, yep. I'm going Lutz. Definitely Lutz.
All right. Now we got the defenses. We got Indianapolis D versus that strong Tennessee team that you've been talking up so much. And then we got the LA Chargers versus Denver. Man, I'm really hoping for Indy to like upset Tennessee, but I think I got to go with the Chargers here, unfortunately.
Yeah, Chargers, but you never know. Denver might surprise them. It is in Denver. Oh no, it's in LA. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chargers.
Chargers. Chargers. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so overall, I'm picking myself for the upset. I think that something has got to give, and I'm hoping that is Jim, because even though I think his team's stronger than mine, and I've said all year that he's probably got one of the best teams in the league, he is sitting there at 6-4, and I'm hoping to contribute to that loss record and make it even tougher for him to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if he doesn't make playoffs, and I'll actually feel pretty bad for him because I agree he has one of the strongest teams. He should probably have 2 more wins than he does, and I think he gets one more this week.
Oh, see how you are?
I'm just hoping you lose.
I just always look for your support, Brian, and I never get it. I get so.
Hey, let's not split hairs here because it's pretty much that 6th spot is coming down between me, you, and Bean.
It is. It's true.
So it's going to be a knockdown, drag out, last 3 weeks to get in there.
Okay, we're all pulling every freaking move that we can.
Yep, I'm waiting for some ridiculous trade from you.
From me?
Yeah.
Whatever do you mean, Brian? I am not in any trade talks at all.
Yeah, I'm sure you aren't. You and Gags, I know you're up to something.
I mean, I always got my hand in some cookie jar. I never know which one it is.
All right, let's move on to that next matchup. What do we want to do here? How about we do the Bad Luck Bears versus Dub C? That's a good matchup.
All right, that could arguably been like the matchup of the week, but
it really could have.
Yeah,
it really could have been just because it might have more playoff implications than any other one.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, I'll let you take it over there, Brian.
All right. Starting for the Bad Luck Bears, we've got Drew Brees going up against Jared Goff. Both quarterbacks are projected for a good 56, 57 points. I'm going to give this one to Goff just because he's going up against KC.
I like it. I'm going to give it to Brees because he's going against Philly. Both matches are pretty much dead even as far as like the quarterback's abilities here. I think Brees is a better quarterback, but Goff is a better offense right now. So, but I'm going with Brees. All
right. Receivers for Jay, we got Cooks, Evans, and Shepard going up against Lockett, Woods, and Sanu. Wow, we're getting a Sanu appearance there. I'm going to give this to Jay on the strength of Cooks and Evans.
I got to agree with you. I mean, Cooks versus KC without Cooper Kupp could be amazing. Mike Evans with Fitzpatrick is amazing, and Shepard, they probably gonna have to come from behind, and they're gonna be double teaming Beckham. So yeah, I gotta go with Jay's receivers because I'm looking at Dub C's receivers, and sorry, Tyler Lockett just doesn't do it for me, and I think he got him from you. Am I correct in that one?
You are correct about that, sir.
Okay, yeah, I mean another one of your subpar trades where you try to pawn it off. I should call you Craig Kubicek Jr.
Whatever. I could have brought up your trade with Tree Size, which is also garbage.
That is a pretty fair trade, my friend.
Jalen Richards. What has he done for you, Tree Size lately?
Oh, he's only caught 4 to 5 catches the last 5 to 6 games, sir.
All right. I actually didn't know, to be honest with you.
I know, and I'm always prepared. I'm like a Boy Scout.
I have a question for you. If you were Bean, would you start Sanu or Demaryius Thomas?
Good question.
It's a tough call.
Where's Demaryius Thomas? Does he even have? I'd start Demaryius Thomas.
I would too, but it'd be a tough call. I'd probably start Demaryius myself. All right, moving on to running backs. We've got James Conner, the legitimate number 1 running back in Pittsburgh now, and Theo Riddick going up against Joe Mixon and Marlon Mack. This isn't too bad of a matchup, but I'm gonna give slight edge to Jay. Slight edge.
I gotta agree with you. I'm gonna give a slight edge to Jay as well, and I think it has more to do with Theo Riddick than it does with James Conner because Riddick, he's good to catch like 8 passes a game sometimes. I think this might be one of them.
Yep, and you got Marlon Mack and Mixon going up against Baltimore and Tennessee. Those could be tough games.
I agree. I think Baltimore's going to beat up Mixon, and probably Gio Bernard will be out there on the field causing frustration for Bean again.
Oh, he hates him.
So, hey, that was me last year, man. I know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on here. We've got Jimmy Graham going up against O.J. Howard. I'm going to give that to Jimmy Graham.
I'm going to give it to O.J. Howard. I think versus the Giants, I think he's going to show up. I don't think he showed up last week. He got like 1 or 2 catches, if I remember correctly. But I think it's time for O.J. to shine. And, as well as I do, that once O.J. is in a Ford Bronco, white Bronco truck, and it's hard to catch him. And I believe this O.J. will be in the Bronco on the field this week. So, you're not going to be able to find him.
Excellent analysis. All right. In the flex, we've got John Brown versus Ito Smith. I'm going to go John Brown.
I got to go John Brown as well. Ito Smith just hasn't been doing very much lately.
And then the kickers, we got Tucker versus Hopkins. I'm going Tucker.
Is that Dustin Hopkins?
Yes, it is.
Oh, man. Still going Tucker.
All right, then we got Houston or Minnesota D. I'm going Houston.
I'm going Houston as well, just because. You remember when Chicago and the teams that played Chicago, it was an easy matchup, and you're like, oh, I got to play that defense for Chicago.
Yep.
Not like that anymore.
Not anymore, because Chicago's got a great D and decent offense. Yep.
It is. It's all Khalil Mack. But so yeah, I'm going Houston.
All right, who are you taking overall?
I'm taking Jay. I think he's gonna beat Dub C back to where Dub C will be pulling out the hairs out of his flavor saver on his chin, and he's gonna be worried about not making the playoffs. So he's gonna be like, I don't understand it. My team's so good. Why do I suck?
All right, I'm also gonna go with Jay because when I look up and down these lineups, Jay's he's stronger overall, and Dubsy's got a decent team, and he could pull off the upset, but I think Jay's got the edge.
I agree, but you never know. So we shall see.
We shall see. All right, take the next one.
Oh, well, isn't that just the matchup of the week?
Oh, yes, it is, and I'll give you the honors of saying it.
Oh, I like it. Okay, let me get my harmonica out, or my little my tuner. Me. Okay, the matchup of the week. None other than Disco Woot versus From Gags to Riches. Disco coming in a strong 7-3 and currently in third place, trying to rebound off of a ass kicking by none other than Brian Volchko.
That's correct.
Versus From Gags to Riches, who finds himself in first place and still doesn't know how he's winning games. Let's see here. Let's start with the quarterbacks. We got Ryan Fitzmagic Patrick versus Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins coming in a crazy projection of 44.44, which if you go by wishes, if you look at your clock or your timepiece and you're like, oh, it's 2:22, that means you got to make a wish. So 44.44, Gags is making a wish for Cousins to perform versus Chicago. What do you think, Brian?
I don't think that wish comes true. I'm going to give this to Fitzmagic.
I'm going to give it to Fitzmagic as well, mainly because he throws for 400 yards even in losses, which is crazy.
It is.
And we still think it's a collusion between him and Bean, but what can you do? Just besides stir up the pot. No.
Yep.
Let's see. The receivers, we got Odell Beckham, Stephon Diggs, and Chris Davis versus Devontae Adams. Oh, darn it, Corey Davis versus Devontae Adams, Alshon Jeffrey, and Willie Snead the fourth. I'm going to go with Beckham, Diggs, and Davis. and I'm very surprised that Davis is doing so well that now he's in the 14s as far as projections go.
Yeah, he. I have to give Bigler credit here. He actually turned Davis into a sexy receiver. So those three receivers are. Even though Diggs is playing against Chicago, I think they're going to easily take down Gag's set of receivers.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's go on to the running backs. We got Tevin Coleman, Melvin Gordon III versus Saquon Barkley, and Dalvin Cook.
There you
and
go.
I gotta go Saquon Barkley and Dalvin Cook. They're just pretty much two-headed monster, and Tevin Coleman hasn't really been doing anything either. So you got Melvin Gordon. I personally hope he doesn't perform.
Yeah, that is neck and neck projections. This is a really good matchup, but I think I'm going to give you know what? I'm going to go for the upset here. I'm going to say Gordon and Coleman because I see Cook's going up against Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Coleman and Gordon.
All right. Well, in tight ends, we got Jordan Reed versus Travis Kelce. Always go Kelce, baby.
Kelsey.
Nice. All right, the flex position, we've got Calvin Ridley versus Dante Moncrief. And Moncrief is boom or bust. But when he booms, baby, it's you can hear it around the block. I'm going Dante Moncrief. I think he's gonna boom versus Pittsburgh.
I actually have a bad feeling too. I'm going to go Moncrief.
All right, so we both agree that. That's crazy. All right,
Yep.
at kickers, we got Suck Up versus Greg the Leg, and you gotta go Greg the Leg.
Yep, I know Disco's feeling really good about picking up Suck Up, but you know what? Got to go Greg.
I hope he suck us all over Disco's pants. Don't even know what that means. Whatever. Oh, you know what I mean.
I know exactly what it means.
Defense. We've got Baltimore versus Cincinnati or Seattle versus Green Bay. We already know what's going on in the Seattle game. It's currently 14-3, Green Bay. So I'm going to go with Baltimore versus Cincinnati since Cincinnati doesn't have A.J. Green.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Is he hurt?
Oh, yeah, he has. I think he has a groin issue, so he's been held out for a couple weeks here. Yeah, we noticed that's one of Craig's boys.
I forgot that. That's why his receivers look so thin. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going Baltimore D as well. Cincinnati, they're turning into like just a complete shell of themselves. So I'm going to say Baltimore takes this one down.
All right. And overall, I think well, who did I pick? I think I got to pick Gags. I picked his running backs, his tight end, his flex, his kicker. Yeah, we go with Gags for the upset, and it's funny it's going to be upset because he's first place.
I know. I actually am going to go with Sexy, and I think that he's going to have a convincing win here. I know the projections are pretty close, but Seattle's D's not doing much, and I just see that Disco's team is just set to go off. With Kirk Cousins going against Chicago, that's not going to be good. I think Disco wins this by 20 points.
Oh, that's a monster projection. Well,
yeah.
I'm sure Gags wouldn't mind it as long as he gets to stay in first place and Craig loses as well. Because I mean, Craig could go from 8-0 to possibly not having a bye week.
Wow, that would be crazy.
Sure.
I would be all for that.
I know. Sure would for us, my friend. I definitely would be too.
All right, Detling. Do you have any final thoughts for the week?
Let me see here. For the week, only that's getting tougher. The weeks are getting longer and darker, and you're getting more depressed. It hurts just as much and more than it did before the first 8 weeks of this freaking season. Currently wasn't able to get to you because of the snow and the stuff, and didn't want to risk it. There's more important things. We're not Craig and Justin. I can't ride my mountain bike to work every day and then go over to Justin's house. We just don't have that. We're not that fortunate.
That's right.
We left
That's
them,
right.
so we got to deal with these things. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a good matchup, and I'm looking forward to I don't know, hopefully winning and hopefully getting in the playoffs and hopefully making some heads roll and taking some people from the top down to the bottom.
Alrighty, sir. And my final thoughts for the week are that I can't remember a season where so many teams were already completely finished at this point in the year. Usually almost everybody is alive, but really we've got too many teams that are just like already put to bed. And I kind of feel bad about it. I like it when it comes down to the wire for like every team but maybe one. So it's been a lopsided year, and yeah, I just hope that this race to the playoffs is interesting. And hey, you know what? Last year we were both in the playoffs. We could do it again.
We could do it again. Give the podcast the power.
Power of the podcast.
Power of the podcast. Oh, we'll see
All
what
right,
happens.
gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah, let's see if we can do this. I'm always ready, Brad.
We
way out
I'm
there.
not even trying. I'm sure it sounded awful.
Sure it did, especially with an echo. I thought you drew out your keys.